Hello Spartans, I'm going to do a tutorial on how to set up planetary interactions. Hopefully this will be pretty concise and simple and help anyone who wants to get this done. So first things first, you're going to need a ship that's going to have at least 1000 M, because that's how much each of the command centers size is. So I have an Octor, so I can fit a bunch in here. For this tutorial, I'm going to set up a system where we can make coolant, which we're going to need gas command centers and temperate command centers to do this in CPUN. So once you've acquired those, you're going to need to undock your ship. You don't need to fly to any of the planets, you just need to have your ship undocked. I'll usually just stop my ship just right outside, so I'm still tethered. And then if you go click on CPUN and go to orbital bodies, I already have a couple planets set up here, so I'm going to set up on this one here. I'm going to start with the gas one, so you'll go to view in planet mode. Oh, you can see I already have something set up there, so we will go to the other gas one. View in planet mode again. Alright, empty world. So, you're going to need to have a couple prerequisite skills to do any of this, and I will send out a mail about that with a link to the video, so you should already have that by now. But what you're going to do is go to scan, and we're on a gas planet, so you could actually do your aqueous liquids and ionic solutions on here. I find it best to do them separate, so I'm going to do the aqueous liquids on temperate planets because they have more there. So we're going to set up ionic solutions. So it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, the white areas are going to be your highest concentrations, and you can scroll this bar on the left to show how sensitive it's going to be. So we're going to set up probably right over here. So the first thing you'll do is go to build. You go to command centers, and as long as you're undocked and you have a command center matching the planet, you're going to be able to click on command centers and place one. It really doesn't matter where you place the command center because you don't need to hook up to it at all. You just want it kind of near stuff because when you go to the planet each time, it's going to go to your command center. So I'm going to place it, hit submit, and then the first thing to do is click on it, and I'm going to upgrade it all the way. That's one of the skills you're going to need to have. You're going to need to have command centers up all the way to do good production. Hit upgrade. Every time you make a change, you're going to have to submit it. If you don't submit it, it's not going to change, and that can be very frustrating. So until you get the hang of things, make sure every time that submit comes up, you hit it every single time. So now we got our command center down. I'm going to place a spaceport right about here, and we're going to be extracting off of this white area here. So I don't want to set on top of it, I'll just set to the side here. Set down a spaceport, hit submit, and then I'm going to build basic industrial facilities under processors. I'm going to build 8 around it. And it's important that you keep these as close together as possible because you're working on a planetary scale here. So any distances that you put things apart is going to cost you power on your command center. And the way I run this, you max it out pretty good. So you want to have everything nice and consolidated. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, just in general, keep them close together like this. Hit submit. So you can see everything that's in yellow is stuff that I've built, but that is not yet saved. When I hit submit, they're going to change colors. So there you go. And now we need to link them all to our launch pad. So the easiest way to do this is control click and release control, and then then click again on what you want to attach to. Yeah, you can see the yellow marker. Again, it's not saved yet. So I'll submit it, now it's turned blue. So I'm going to go through and connect all the rest of these. You have to establish all these routes in order for the whole system to work. Okay, so I got all those connected now. Now we're going to install what we're wanting to process. So we are making electrolytes here, and they're going to require ionic solutions, which is what we have our scan set up to show us. So these are ionic solutions here. We're going to make electrolytes, so we're good to go. So install, and now it's going to want me to route my end product. So I'll click on that, create route, and click on my launch pad. Create route again, and submit. This is a little complex to set up at first, but you get the hang of it, and after it's set up, it's free-isk rolling in, basically. And you can check to make sure you did all that right by going to routes, and you can see that, okay, electrolytes are routed. They're going somewhere. If it says not routed, they're not going to go anywhere, and when it processes it, they're just going to get deleted, so you want to make sure that this is routed. Once you get everything set up, it's a good idea just to maybe watch the first cycle go through and make sure everything's working properly. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go through all these, click on electrolytes, and route them. Now as you can see, I'm not hitting submit every time, but it's not going to save any of this yellow stuff until I do. So it's good not to do too much without saving. And click submit. Okay, so all my factors are set up to create electrolytes. Now we're going to make an extractor. The big circle area is the area that you're able to extract from, so I just want to make sure my high value areas are within there. And again, the further away you are from where you're needing to transport to, it's going to cost you more in your command center power. So you want to stay as close as possible. So this node's right by us, so I'm just going to get this whole lighter pink area in there. Again, hit submit. We need to establish a link again, so control click and click again. Submit. Alright, that guy's connected. And then you click on the extractor. And this you can set up however you want. It just depends on how often you want to check this. I've got a busy schedule right now, so I'm doing 2-day cycles, and in CPune the recoveries are so great, you do pretty good with that. So I'm going to turn on all of these extractor heads, and then you want to organize them. These don't have to be close together, but you want to be at the highest yielding areas. This is when your planetology and advanced planetology skills are going to be very important, because as you can see under program output, it's giving me an estimate of what I'm going to be pulling out for the entire cycle of 2 days. With lower planetology skills, this estimate is going to be very far off from your actual yield. When you click submit, it's going to change significantly. So as far as setting up, it's good to get those up. At least get planetology at level 4. Try and get 4/4. Planetology level 4 and advanced planetology level 4. Alright, so I got those in place. And then I'll hit install and submit. So now I am extracting. So in 30 minutes I'm going to get my first yield coming out. Again, I need to make sure I route this. So I need to route ionic solutions. You click on it, create route, and then we're sending it back to the launch pad. It's saying I cannot create route because there's too much traffic going over there. We're pulling out so much, I need to upgrade the link I made. So you click on links, double click on that, go upgrade your link, hit submit. You'll run into that problem a lot on this way that I'm setting up because there's just such high yields, which is a good problem to have. So again, go to route, click on your item that's not routed, create route, click on your launch pad, click on create route again, and then hit submit. And then again, we can check it to make sure. Okay, yep, it is routed. So the first time you do this, just go through every building again and make sure that everything is routed. So now we have all our ionic solutions coming into here. We can see them down here. So they're just going to pile up in our gas launch pad because we haven't told them where to go yet. You can either wait till you get some ionic solutions in here to click on them and route them, or you can go to your routes. And you can see that we've routed electrolytes into here. And at the bottom we've got ionic solutions coming in. So you can click on that, create route, click on one of your factories. And we'll do that again, all 8 times. Hit submit. Alright, and you can go through and check them, so I can check my routes. And we've got incoming ionic solutions and outgoing, so that's what we want to see. So we'll just go through quick and make sure we didn't miss one. So if you miss something, it's not going to work. You'll probably end up throwing stuff out and losing ISK because of it. Alright, so we are all set up there. So this is a fully set up factory planet for electrolytes, which is one step in making coolant. Basically, you'll do the exact same setup to get aqueous liquids, which you could do on a gas planet. I'm setting them up on temperate planets because there's 2 of those in this world too, but you'd set up the exact same factory. So that's the other step. So now we will go set up a factory planet real quick. So factory planets are a lot easier to set up. So I've got some lava command centers, so I'm going to set up my factory on a lava planet. The factory planet, it doesn't matter what planet you set it up on because you're not extracting anything. So again, I'm going to place my lava command center, hit submit, upgrade your lava command center all the way, submit again, and then we'll go ahead and drop a launch pad. I actually do 3 launch pads in my setup here. You'll see why. It just makes it simpler at the end. So, to make coolant, we need to use advanced lava industry facilities. So we'll go ahead and start dropping these down. Basically, just do as many of these as you can. I think you can get close to 24 buildings in total on planet and still link them all together. We'll just start with 6 for right now. So we'll go ahead and install what we're making. And we're making coolant. Install. I probably should have done the links first, so you want to make sure everything is linked up. Again, you do that by control clicking. And this, just as long as you make sure that there's a path from everything to everything else. Okay. So I installed that, but I need to make sure I did my route. So, and I'm going to send my coolant to this far left one. That way they'll all be in the same one to pick up in space. Again, click coolant, install, create your route, send it to your first launch pad, make sure you hit submit. Again, you don't have to hit submit every time, but it's not going to save it, so just get into the habit of doing that a lot until you kind of figure out the system. And hit submit. Alright, so we have 6 factories set up to do this. So basically, once I have some water and electrolytes, I'm going to bring water into one of these launch pads and electrolytes into the other. I can't route them until I have them because we have nothing coming in here, so I have to wait till I have those items. But that's basically it. Once you have those items, you'll see what you need. See, it's saying I need water and electrolytes, so I'll just need to route those two to each of the factories, just like we did in the last world. And to get them on planet, that's where you're going to have to actually go to the planet. So we can go fly over to one of these planets I did. There's a tab you can open up called Planetary Colonies. You can right-click on that, go to a customs office, and warp directly to the customs office. The Octor is not the quickest jumper. And here's the customs office. So we can open up the customs office. And this is where you can transfer items from your ship off planet. So we still haven't produced anything off the world, so there's nothing here. But there would be something on the right side that I could slide over. And you're going to pay a little bit of a tax. You hit transfer, and then you can move that to your ship. And so once I do that, I could take it over to my factory planet and send it back down. So those parts are pretty self-explanatory, easy enough to figure out. I hope this was concise and helpful, and hope you make a lot of ISK.